don't know about you, but every single year it feels like Christmas just comes sooner and sooner. I swear I was at the dollar store in August and there were wreaths up and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not ready for this yet. But it's been amazing to be here this morning. I feel like I'm really getting in the Christmas spirit, and such an encouragement to see our young people giving of their time and their talents week after week to praise God. Now, some of you might have been to my house around Christmas time, but if you haven't, it's a bit of a production. And my sister and I have made a deal with my dad that he's not allowed to touch anything Christmas related until at least Halloween has passed. And he's agreed, thankfully, and I mean, we don't want to be that house, so he leaves the Christmas lights on the outside of the house off for a bit longer, but after November 1st, on November 1st, really, it's like a bomb went off and just Christmas has gone everywhere. And we have lots of Christmas traditions. I'm sure you remember my sister and I coming to church in our matching Christmas dresses. I loved those. And what you didn't know is that along with Christmas dresses, we also had Christmas pajamas, which also matched. And every Christmas morning, we'd come out of our rooms and we'd be excited. And my parents would say, okay, just hold it at the top of the stairs. We need to get the video camera out. And so we have years and years of footage of us walking down the stairs and seeing those Christmas presents beautifully wrapped and just the joy of Christmas on our faces. So thank you for taking those videos, but they used to drive me nuts. Big time. And another thing about Christmas at our house, Juliana will tell you about this very quickly. And I mean, preaching this morning, I realized I don't have any kids to use for sermon illustrations, so I kind of had to use myself and my sister. So this is the story that I'm going to share with you this morning. As we were opening our Christmas gifts, every Christmas, my sister and I, mostly me, would carefully separate a pile of, these are my gifts. And I said, Juliana, these are mine. Don't touch these. And Juliana would have her little pile, and she was always willing to share with me, but little Alexandria didn't like to share very much. And so I'd have my toys, and Juliana would say, can I just play with this one? And I'd say, no. Sorry. Where is she? She's around here somewhere. At the piano. Sorry. And my dad would look at me, and he'd say, Alexandria, if you're not going to share this gift that I've given you, I'm going to take it away. And so I hit a wall really there. I thought, here's my plan. I'm not going to share my Christmas toys. These are for me, not my sister. And my dad says, actually, I'm going to take away this if you're not going to share it with your sister. She's your sister. You love her. And he wasn't just giving me a gift to say, look at me, I'm so great giving my daughter gifts. He wanted to show me about giving to others in the same way that he was giving to me, in the same way that God has given Jesus to us. And, you know, it becomes so easy. Christmas gets so busy, and you hear that every single year. Christmas gets so busy. And just our years, our lives get so busy. We fill up our time with all of these things. And it gets so easy to just sit in our corner and count our gifts and keep them to ourselves. And I mean, giving money is great. If I didn't say that, Jeff Patterson might have a chat with me after the service. Giving money is great. But Jesus' gift to us when he came down to the earth, it wasn't really about the money. It was about, I love you. The baby in the manger says, I'm holding nothing back from you. I love you with all of me. Here's my son. Here's my life. I'm going to die for you. And so as Christian people, as people who love Jesus, who follow Jesus, we're called to this other type of giving, of a higher level of being willing to share freely of ourselves and our gifts in the same way that God gave everything to us. And so there seems to be this ongoing theme. I've heard it a couple times. Ron keeps talking about it. But our faith in Jesus Christ, we come to church every Sunday and we hear about him and we sing about him, but it needs to make the move from our heads down to our hearts. And then in turn, we have a choice to make. we can act on that faith and we can give freely of ourselves and we can love others, or we can keep it to ourselves. And so if Jesus can give his life to serve us, let's give our time to serve others. Maybe that looks like volunteering for you. I know we have lots of opportunities. Talk to Lee, talk to Dave, talk to myself. Toy Mountain is going on right now, and that takes an army of people to do. So maybe your giving looks like giving your time to volunteer. And if Jesus gave so freely of himself to love us, let's try in the same way to love others. And maybe that looks like little things. I know sometimes it can feel like, oh, Jesus did all this big stuff, and I really can only do little things. But that's what he asks from us. That's what he wants. Taking time to chat with a friend, sending an encouraging note, giving of our time and our hearts and our love to share with other people. Can we do that? Can we pause our day? Can we pause our Christmas season to look at those around us and say, you need my love. I need to give my time to you. Claire shared at the concert last Sunday night, if you were here, it was an amazing time together. She said, let's not be frustrated that the kids are in the way. Let's be grateful that they're there to be in the way. Let's love them. So even in our families, do we have the love in our hearts? Are we accepting that gift from Jesus and just turning it right back around to all the people we come across to in our lives? Jesus came to earth to show us a new way. He demonstrated generous, extravagant love that we're never going to understand until we see him one day. How important is it to turn that love back around to our people in our lives? Let's be people who give this Christmas, give freely. Let's not be little Alexandria sitting in the corner with her Christmas gifts. Don't touch those are mine. Writing my name on them, those are mine. Let's share our love, share our time. And so on this theme of giving, it's very appropriate that this morning we have our toy collection time. And we did this last year. Many of you will remember Bob Hilliard. He taught me how to play cornet. So I have lots of good memories of him. But his son and his wife, actually, have both passed away in recent years, and his son just last year. And he gave us a huge donation last year to buy toys for our Toy Mountain campaign. And I know lots of you have brought toys this morning. But in memory of Kevin Hilliard, Bob has given us another donation. I'm going to invite our little elves at the back to bring down these gifts. This is his donation to our toy campaign warehouse. And if you've brought a toy this morning, I'd just invite you, while the piano is playing, just hold your toy, sit in your seats for a minute. If you didn't bring a toy, that's okay. Just sit and pray for the families that are going to get these toys, because a lot of them come in and they're in hopeless situations. And one of the ways we can give back in this community of faith is to pray for these people, pray for hope, for a better tomorrow, pray for maybe questions in their mind that will bring their selves back through our doors again to hear the message of Jesus and his saving love for us. Thank you, guys. So just sit in your seats while the piano plays, and when you're ready, after you've said a short prayer over your toy, bring it forward, lay it under one of our Christmas trees. The piano will keep playing, and then our worship team will lead us, but then we'll pray over all the toys. So let's just have a moment of prayer together.